Hey everybody, how you doing? I said I would get it out. I can't figure out how to share a PDF file, so I'm just gonna do it this way. Sorry if the sound is a little low. I'm gonna try to get it up as much as possible. I am not a computer savvy person, so bear with me. Here you go.
Michael.
Hey Mike, how you doing? This is Ed. So I know we talked earlier and stuff, so this is now a recorded conversation that I wanted to get out there from some information from Ground Zero in Oregon. So can you just tell everybody what you told me earlier on the phone, please?
All right. Well, I am a property owner that hails from Lake County, which resides next to Harney County. And my property backs up to BLM. And I travel through Burns, Oregon often on my way to Ontario, Oregon, where my mother lives, and Malheur. And they have brigades of concrete barricades set up on the highways. They are stopping citizens that live in Burns. They're stopping people, travelers, anybody going in or out or through that access point, or entrance or exit. Those are both blocked and closed off, and are being people are being stopped and randomly identified. And of course, it's my understanding from what my son was able to see. He said the next time we roll further, we want to see if we can get some pictures of the biometric systems. They've set up temporary biometric systems on the main byway there. So they're using biometrics as far as what my son can see. It's all closed up, and then a lot of people are not really understanding the circumstances that are really feeding the fuel to the fire.
Okay, now there's a few things that I put out in the video that I'd like to go ahead and get validated since you're a resident of Oregon.
Yeah.
There's information that came out that the public property that is in Oregon, in that area right now, is totally shut down, and if you violate it and trespass it, you'll be fined $25,000 and have your vehicle impounded.
That is correct.
Okay, and then
It's posted.
say it again.
It's posted.
It's posted. Okay.
Yep.
All right, and residents have also said that they are in fear of their businesses, their ranches, their livelihood, and their lives in general. They feel like they're under a martial law scenario out there. Is that true?
It is a martial law scenario because you are not allowing the citizens to move freely about on the constitutional sovereign land of Oregon that is part of the Union as of 1859. And these citizens are not allowed to move freely. The business owners, of course, a lot of the local store owners and whatnot, a lot of them have been forced to shut down due to the fear of traveling, just because people are not coming in.
And this will also slow down not just stuff in Oregon, but surrounding states due to the fact it's on a highway interstate and that they're stopping trucks as well, right?
Correct. This is a truck route. On the West Coast, we have a lot of truck routes, and I'm sure there's a lot on the East Coast as well in the Western United States. But this is a major truck route through the port of entry into Oregon. So everything that's coming from the port of entry, like in Portland area, if it's going to be transported to Idaho, if it's going to be transported to Montana, or even in the western or eastern United States, it usually travels through there.
Yeah, we know time is money, and truckers, they make money based off of time and stuff like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the last time we went through there was I was looking at my mile odometer, and there was about 7 miles of blockage on 26 right prior to Burns. So you're talking a considerable amount of time and money being wasted sitting on the side of the road. Yes, that is correct.
Yes, and with the Native Americans around there, they're also being affected by this as well. It's not true that what the media is really pumping out there, is it?
Well, absolutely. The Native American Paiute Reservation there is their primary income is based on the casino that they own there, and so their major income, their primary source of income, is that casino. And of course, it's one of the most impoverished reservations that we have currently listed in the state of Oregon. You can find that at our government resources page. And basically what you find out is that they've been cut off from federal resources for quite a while since they've had this casino. That's part of the conditions. If you're going to, as a reservation, if you're going to take on a casino, then you're of course going to have to pay ode to the federal government because they control the Federal Reserve Corporation.
Okay.
And so if you're going to exchange their money, then you've got to pay ode to them. So the whole concept behind that is that it's pretty much eliminated their income because people aren't able to go to the casino because it sits kind of in the heart of Burns.
All right, and I just have a couple more questions. Now, you mentioned something in the earlier phone call conversation about drones and some type of permanent setup that was being done along the highway?
Correct. They're using it's to our understanding, we're working on further intelligence. At this point, we do know they have biometric systems. We're using them at the refuge. We were able to get some of that information. But now we're finding that the very same biometric systems, they have temporary stands and setups that they can set up on the side of the road. And these individual ones, as they're pulling the individuals out of the cars, because they're requiring these people to remove themselves from the possession of their vehicle. Mm-hmm. So that, therefore, you're surrendering your rights to search and seizure by opening your door, because that right there is a warrantless, basically giving them a warrantless right to come in and look at your vehicle.
Yeah, it's against the Fourth Amendment. So
correct. It's against the Fourth Amendment.
Yeah.
It's a warrantless right for them to come in.
And you said you've had family and neighbors and stuff say that they have seen drones, armed drones, and recon.
Absolutely. At this point, our intelligence on armed is not specific. We're still trying to identify that.
Okay.
We do have intelligence and residents in the booths on the ground that are trying to teleport that information to us as quick as possible. However, we are also feeling, we're getting a lot of our messages from our citizens over there. It's a lot of it ends up being scrambled. I've had cell phone conversations with friends of mine that live in the county who their phone messages have been scrambled, and it breaks up the message and you drop the call, and a lot of times they're in now what they call a dead zone.
Yeah.
So I do believe they're probably using an EMP sort of device, but we have not confirmed that as well. We're still looking for it. But we have confirmed biometrics on the sides of the roads.
Okay.
And biometric systems, they do facial recognition. They have retinas, ability to do retinas, and they're also, what I've been told, and I haven't confirmed it yet, but we're working on it further, because if they're using biometrics and they're planning on using a retina, they used it at the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, Super Bowl 50, the whole place was rigged with all the big stuff. You can go to their the FBI were proud of their intelligence operation to protect us from the terrorists, through the Super Bowl 50 thing. But they use biometric systems as well. And that's on facial recognition and the whole different scan of fusion systems. So, and that is a technical device. Are you familiar with fusion centers?
No, I am not.
Okay, well, maybe that's something you should look at. That's kind of the best, but that's all incorporated into their fusion center, which takes all that data and that information and files it away.
Okay. All right. Well, as an Oregon resident, and I'm pretty sure you have multiple friends in Harney County. Would you say that Oregon residents are crying for help now? That they're asking for help? That this is not a time where people need to turn a blind eye.
Well, and that's why the 3rd Oregon Continental Light Horse Dragoons has formed. And, we're Oregon citizens that are welcoming constitutional men and women and children, folks that want to entertain the idea of being educated in the constitutional freedoms that they are sovereign to, thanks to the men and women who have died in the act of war. So the whole concept of what we're talking about, we're dedicated to that 101%. And
there's from what I'm hearing, there is no constitutional law in Oregon as of now.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. So.
Absolutely not. We have a liberal. Well, we have a liberal governor who has taken office due to the fact that our original governor voted in has been found corrupt, and is currently being investigated by the same feds that she called in to come and murder Mr. Lloyd. The feds are investigating our last governor because he had to resign due to the fact that his girlfriend was using his office for corporate gain. Personal, private, corporate gain.
Yeah, and she's a Federalist governor. I believe.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, she's pro-Fed, man. She's pro-Fed in the sense that she did nothing. She did nothing to initiate state police or anything like that. And in fact, when Mr. Finicum was shot, she was at a basketball game in Portland, unveiling the Portland Trailblazers new license plate that's going to be issued in the state.
The FBI to ask now.
All right. Well, is there anything else you have to say to people that are going to listen to this?
I encourage to all of the folks out there to first and foremost get your hands on the Constitution of the United States, irregardless of your creed, your oath, your religion. And I want you to just absorb a little bit of the information that's lying within that Constitution. And what you'll find out is that you're more powerful and more important to this country than any one ruler, any one king, any one tyrant that chooses to mock and destroy the foundation of freedom that so many have given their life for. I encourage you, before you thank another veteran for the service that he gave or she gave to our country, I encourage you, before you even think about feeling like you're an American, is to indulge your ability to read the Constitution and take it into your heart and realize that this is the sovereign law of the land. And it's the law of the land that you, as an American, are required to defend. That's all I have to say.
All right. So I thank you for all the information, man. I'm definitely going to relay it all, and I will definitely keep in touch with you. For everybody that's going to listen to this, this is definitely a time that we need to take this serious, because this is a man who lives there and he's experiencing this himself, and it's coming straight from the horse's mouth, man. Oregon needs our help. Man.
I just end up with this. And who are the militia? Are they not ourselves? Is it fear then that we shall turn our arms, each man against his own bosom? Congress shall have no power to disarm the militia. Their swords and every other terrible implement of soldier are the birthright of every American. The unlimited power of the sword is not in the hands of either the federal or state governments, but where I trust in God, it will ever remain in the hands of the people. Pinch Coat, 1788.
Amen, brother. Well, Mike,
that's all I have to say.
All right, would you like to leave your name for the record, or would you like to just give it, Mike?
My name is Michael Wolfhelm, and I'm with the Oregon Continental Light Dragoons.
All right, man. Well, thank you very much for everything, man. I'll definitely keep in touch, man.
Yeah, thank you. Have a nice night.
You too. Bye.
So everybody, I mean, can't get much more vetted than that. Please share the hell out of this. Get this out there. Things are going to be in motion as you hear. More details will come. Just sit tight. Thank you.